If you've ever received a middle-of-the-night emergency support call because of a crashed server, you know the pain of searching through multiple spreadsheets or even your memory to access the manual steps of setting up a new machine from scratch. There's also an age-old difficulty of keeping the development and production environments consistent. An easier way to remove the possibility of human error when initializing machines is to treat environments and infrastructure like code, so that they are stood up from a single consistent definition, termed infrastructure as code. A common analogy for using infrastructure as code is the distinction between owning pets and cattle. When you own pets, you give them names, you treat them individually, and if something bad happens to them, you care a lot. If you have a herd of cattle, you might still name them, but you treat them as a herd. In infrastructure terms, without treating environments as code, there might be severe implications if a machine crashes and you need to replace it, which can be thought of as pets. If you use an infrastructure as code model, if a machine goes down, you can just spin up another machine with no issues, which can be thought of as cattle. A quick comparison of manual deployments versus deployments through an infrastructure as code model shows the benefits of using infrastructure as code as including consistency of environments. No snowflake servers, every snowflake being unique and thus difficult to reproduce, manage and maintain. Environments being more easily created and scalable with infrastructure as code. Code being reusable across different deployment environments, so there's a reuse benefit. The ability to implement an immutable infrastructure model if you wish. This is where servers are never modified after they're deployed. If a server needs to be updated or modified, a new server is built from a common image with the changes. That's provisioned and tested and then replaces the old server being decommissioned. An ability to use blue-green deployments, sometimes referred to as A/B deployments. This is where you run two identical environments, only one of which is live, serving public traffic. Updates are delivered to the idle environment, not serving customer traffic. Once updates have been tested and verified, it is then pushed live and the original live environment becomes the idle environment, with the process being reversed for future updates. So we have a lot more control over how we release when infrastructure as code. Also, a quicker release cadence is possible when treating infrastructure as code.